North Carolina. Lamont Williams, Virginia Beach. Welcome. Again, guys, my name is Josh Grayell, up here in Northern Virginia, coming to you live. I'm excited to have a gentleman that I have a lot of respect for that's getting ready to join us on the call to lay out the powerful information. And we're going to get started here. Matter of fact, we're going to get started right now. We like to do things on time. Once again, guys, my name is Josh Grayell, and I'm going to introduce to you tonight a gentleman that I have a lot of respect for. This is one of the top producers in the whole entire company with vacation. This gentleman is a regional diamond. The one thing I like about me as an impeccable work ethic, he's setting me an example. He's building an international business all across the world. He is a two-time top business builder. Okay, he won the Top Dog Award twice. Not only that, he even coached individuals who won the Top Dog Award. Okay, guys, he is a diamond maker, and he is also a top 40 income earner. Like I said, the gentleman is building international business all around the world. I want to introduce some and present to others Mr. Kevin Gray. Mr. Gray, are you able to make it on the line tonight?
I am here. I would not miss it for the world. Can you hear me, Mr. Grayell?
Yes, sir, I am. And I appreciate it, sir. You can go ahead and take the call away.
Awesome. Well, Joshua, I have to tell you, man, I want to thank you for hosting this live broadcast. I know I contacted you last minute, but that definitely speaks to just your servant heart, your servant spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from a national executive on his way to international executive here with Vacation Travel. Let me go ahead and mute out the lines really quick.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves. Entry and exit times are off. All callers are muted.
All right. You guys should be able to hear me a lot better at this point in time. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from Joshua Grayell out of the Northern Virginia area. So excited to be in business with this young man. But guys, I have to tell you that I'm excited about tonight's live broadcast. This is something that I have never done before, but I did a lot of thinking. I was speaking with our executive diamond, our very own Mr. Philip Rollins, just last night. We were just talking about some of the great things going on in vacation travel, and I have to tell you guys, we're about to take it to the next level. We're actually putting that in motion right now. Many of you guys are participants on the lunch break launch calls that go on every Monday through Friday. Those calls are led by Miss Donnie Wiggins, Mr. Ethan Clemens, myself, Mr. Danny Story, as well as Miss J.P. Watkins. You guys are also listening to the Diamond launch calls that take place Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Guys, so there's a lot of exposures going on. You got Mr. Campese on those. You got Mr. Clemens. You got myself. You got goodness gracious, you got Michael Riviera as well as JP Watkins on those as well. And I'm realizing that, guys, there's so many avenues for exposure here with vacation travel. There's so many different ways that you can actually listen to the plan, look at the plan, actually shoot the plan out to your customers online. We've got that powerful PowerPoint video, and we've got some outstanding training that takes place every week through Mr. Bradley as well as Mr. Iverson, guys. So we are rocking on all cylinders. I was just thinking, how can we actually make this company better? What can we do to make things better? And I said, you know what? A group that actually is on personal development, when you're on that PD, group who's on that together, they tend to stay together. So guys, I'm going to go over a book that over the last few years has been very valuable to me. We won't have time to go through all 12 chapters tonight, but I believe that we'll be able to get to at least the first and second chapter. And I'm not going to read you guys a bedtime story. We're pretty much going to go over the cliff notes. Some of you guys will have access to this book as well. Some of you guys will actually have access to this book as it is published online. There's a PDF that you can actually plug into, and you'll notice that a lot of times I took verbatim, which is in the PDF, because I just wanted to pull out some of the basic core principles of this book. And I would say over the next 6 to 7 weeks, we'll be going over some of the principles. just some of the case studies in this book. And I believe that not only will we grow as people, but our businesses will grow exponentially as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this screen share so we can see exactly what's going on. And I do realize that we got some people that might not even be a part of vacation travel up here, and that's okay. If you're in the industry of home-based business and network marketing, let's go. Can we? Yeah, if you're in the industry of network marketing or home-based business, then you will find a lot of value with the magic of compound recruiting. This book is by Hubert Humphrey, and of course, I am your host for this evening. I am doing the book review. So let's start off by talking about marketing. I have to warn you guys that some of the concepts that I'm going to discuss early on tonight's broadcast are pretty basic. They're pretty basic, and most of you guys already know what marketing is. But I believe that, we're going to go ahead and start from the bottom and build ourselves way up. That way, that we don't miss a step, because a lot of times, even as adults, you look back in grade school and you say, you know what, if I would have paid attention a little bit more in math class, maybe it was algebra, maybe it was geometry. There's some things that would help me out right now. If I would have paid attention in history class, maybe I could have saw a few things coming in life. So we're going to go from the bottom and we're going to develop ourselves up with this book. So let's talk about the most basic thing, and that is, what is marketing? Well, guys, it's defined as distributing a product or service to a consumer. Now, I actually have the pleasure of looking at a couple of different companies, IBM and Coca-Cola. And when you think about IBM, what do? They manufacture equipment. And guys, that's partially correct. They also distribute equipment. So when IBM was the only game in town, it could count. You could just pretty much count on the product to sell itself. Today, a sales force markets its products. Think about Coca-Cola. It's one of the most recognizable brands in the world. Marketing is the most important aspect of Coke right now. One of the most important aspects, and the availability of Coke will determine if Coke sells 1 million or 500 million in revenue. The more stores, the more restaurants, the more drink machines that Coke has, the better chance someone has to buy Coke. Guys, once again, we're gonna discuss basic principles on tonight's call. But while we're discussing these basic principles, I want you to mirror. I want you to see a parallel in your own business. When we're talking about Coke, 1 million or 500 million. The restaurants, the different outlets. I want you to think about your own business. I know with vacation travel, the more travel agents that we have on our team, the more our check is every month as far as that residual payout. So which way is most profitable? Which way is the most profitable method of marketing? Having one person or place distribute the product, or having multiple distribution points. One of my coaches here with Vacation Travel, Mr. Spencer Iverson, I love it when he says, would you rather sell hamburgers or hamburger stores? Well, the answer is pretty obvious. And when we think about that, it's multiple distribution points. What type of incentive would you put in place? Now, studying this book, The Magic of Compound Recruiting, I saw this case study where a car salesperson who was one of the best in the state hired a number of people to prospect business for him in their area. In return, he would give them a part of the commission if the lead closed. Other people were paid as well. The sales manager, the general manager, they earned off of that sale as well. Rewarding upper levels of management produced for work done by lower levels is not a new concept. The override is the compensation for sales management. So let's put it right here. When I see this car salesperson who's noted one of the best, he hires people. Well, guys, obviously we're not hiring anyone. We're in home-based business. But you know what? We could actually enlist people to become referral agents under us. They might not even be in the business. Hey, refer me someone who wants to book travel. Refer me someone who's super sharp and looking to put a few extra dollars in their pocket. Well, when that person joins the business, guess what? I'll go ahead and split my commission with you. It might be 25-75. It might be 50-50. Do you see how you guys can actually get additional outlets? The other thing, guys, rewarding upper level management produced for work done by lower levels is not a new concept. Absolutely. Well, you know what? I'm proud of this statement because you know what? This makes it so corporate America is no different than multi-level marketing or home-based business. Positions that receive overrides and vacation travel include CTCs with one recruit, executives, regional executives, national executives, international executives, presidential executives, and of course, all of the diamonds. So guys, some of you guys who may not be a part of vacation, that's okay. Just know that CTCs have at least one person. Of course, if you're an executive going up to a diamond, you got multiple people at that point. So let's talk about A.L. Williams Insurance Company. You guys, some of you may have heard of A.L. Williams before, and some of you guys are probably like, well, Kevin, where are you going with this? We don't sell insurance, but this is a case study on their hybrid marketing plan. This is something that we do as well in home-based business. We're a part of hybrid marketing. So I'm going to run through these bullet points. I told you I'm just going to give you the clip notes, but we're going to have a discussion, okay? A.L. Williams encourages people to go into management as soon as possible. A.L. Williams does high volume sales. They require that you get a license. I know here at Vacation Travel, we sell people to become travel agents. So you have to get your travel agent certification. It's practically risk-free with no major investment. You got a license fee and an administrative fee. What other businesses require an investment? Think about it. Real estate, becoming a bartender, your only real investment is the time it takes to be successful. Guys, I want you to listen to my wording here because, see, these are the same words I give out to prospects. There is minimal investment. It's practically risk-free. I know over here it's $150. Doesn't matter if your opportunity is $400, $500. That's no money for something that's going to net you out thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars of residual income on a monthly basis. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Be your own boss and build a company within a company. Now, guys, I didn't give you a backdrop on A.L. Williams. In 1991, A.L. Williams became Primerica. So they already used that. Model of home-based business and just for insurance, and then rolled it into a network marketing company. You can keep your salary job and not feel the pressures that come with living on a commission income. So A.L. Williams was famous for targeting part-time people for two major reasons. You are attracting a higher caliber person, someone who is already a professional. You have a maximum efficiency since you are cutting costs such as salaries, office space for employees, etc. This is what I have to say to that. There's not a lot of home-based business professionals, not a lot of network marketers who will endorse having a job. Guys, I'm going to endorse it. You know why I endorse it? Because my coach and my mentor, Mr. Jim Rome, taught me about the power of part-time. The power of part-time. See, when you give that job up too early and you just concentrate on network marketing, guys, you are giving up your story. I trained on it just last night. Some of you guys actually heard that. You're talking about someone who has a bring home pay. I'm just giving an example of, let's say a lady by the name of Sally has a bring home pay of $4,000 per month. You work with Sally, so your bring home pay is $4,000 per month. But what happens when you start making $4,000 or $5,000 per month in home-based business? Now Sally wants to know exactly what you're doing because you're doing it part-time. Let's say you quit your job and you go back to Sally and you say, Sally, I'm only working 3 hours. And Sally says, well, is this all that you're doing? You say, absolutely. I'm bringing home $5,000 a month. Well, that's pretty impressive, but Sally is not as captivated at this point in time because she feels like that's all you do. That's what you're dedicating your time to. You know, when you keep that job, then guess what happens? You know, Sally feels like she's missing out on something. Do you see how that works, guys? Most people today, most people crave responsibility and the freedom to work independently. They should be allowed to own their work and be judged on the basis of individual performance. Look for the opportunity in your life that allows you this freedom. That's a quote by Hubert Humphrey, the author of the book. So guys, let's move over to chapter 2. When I started this program today, I thought we were only going to do chapter 1, but I started rolling, guys. The juices started flowing. I said, you know what? We absolutely have to get to chapter 2 because there's 12 chapters. I want to get this done in about 6 to 7 weeks, so we got to make sure that we're rolling. So 2 of the most recognizable brands in America, McDonald's and the Marriott. Guys, check this out. Ray Kroc was 52 years old with diabetes and arthritis when he first saw McDonald's restaurant in San Bernardino, California. As Kroc saw the long lines of customers for burgers and fries, he began to formulate a plan to open numbers of them in many places. Guys, I'm going to pause right there. Ray Kroc, 52 years old, okay? How many 50-year-olds out there, how many 40-year-olds out there feel like life is over? If they didn't make it, you know, if they didn't become a lawyer or a doctor, or if they didn't make it to the NBA, if they didn't make it to the top of the food chain in corporate America, they feel like life is over, right? Lord knows, have you guys ever ran into somebody who has some sort of disease going on? And, you know, let's break that down, disease, dis-ease in their body. There's something that's not going right. And they say, you know what, I'm just not healthy enough to make additional money. I mean, they never say it like that, but that's exactly what they're saying. I'm sick, you know, let's just wait till I get off of these pills. Let's just wait till I get from this next doctor visit. You got somebody 52 years old who took McDonald's to the next level, okay? To the next level. And when he saw McDonald's for the first time, that was the only one. He didn't just think about, you know, open up another store 30 miles away. He said, you know what, these burgers and fries are good enough where I can franchise this and make this a brand all across America and eventually all across the world. Well, you think that story is something? Look at the Marriott. Guys, I'm telling you, when I go out of town, and those who know me know that I travel, I'm not looking for the Hyatt, I'm not looking for the Hilton, I'm not looking for the Embassy Suites, I'm looking for the Marriott. Willard Marriott also had a vision. When Marriott was going to school in Washington, D.C., he sold hot dogs on the street. At that time, he envisioned restaurants all over the country. His restaurants eventually led to a massive hotel chain. So with these 2 stories, guys, that's leading us to the next point of vision. But how big are you thinking right now? Make no small plans, for they have no power to stir the souls of men. That's a quote by Victor Hugo. If you think about little business, then that is what you will build, little business. If you truly understand the power of building in your mind, you will see yourself building a massive marketing organization. We're talking about a large network of outlets, a large base of multi-product using clients. Right now in your own business, are you thinking about building a large network of outlets? Are you, foreseeing yourself going executive diamond with 300 people? Do you have a date on it? Do you have your index cards, right? Do you have pictures in your home with all the great things that you're going to buy, whether it's an upgrade of a home, whether it's a new car, whether it's new clothes, whether you're going to upgrade your mom's house, whatever you're going to do, right? Do you have pictures of that going on? Do you have a large base of multi-product using clients? Do you have, okay, by this date, I'm going to have 300 people. By this date, I'm going to have 500 people. By this date, I'm going to have 1,500 people. Do you have that written down? Let's talk about this vision on a whole nother level. Okay, get as many personal direct legs as possible. So guys, I'm talking about the builder's mindset right now on chapter 2, the builder's mindset. Get as many personal direct legs as possible. After you do that, get more. Guys, you never stop recruiting. A direct leg is one of your personal recruits who've recruited and trained people. Always increase the number of people that you personally recruit and train. Therefore, you override. And guys, let me tell you a secret. You cannot recruit people without training them and expect your organization to grow. You cannot recruit people without training them. Okay, that's called being a sponsor monster. Get old and new people to the opportunity meeting, guys. It's getting good. This is the technical part that a lot of you guys may not know. This is a builder's mindset. Number one, resell the dream to old or existing team members. Number two, teach the team how to sell the dream. Number three, sell the dream to new people. You know, I say all the time, we have opportunity meetings going on all across the United States. Guys, I've actually been in this industry for 5 years, and I notice all the time that you got some people who are really fair weather as far as coming to the opportunity meetings, and I know exactly what it is. It's for one of two different reasons. It's either because you know, there's a $10 charge at the door. They've already done the math in their head. Well, if I go every day during the month, that's 4 weeks in a month. That's $40 times 12. You know, that's $480 over the course of the year. Well, you know what? Okay. I hope my math is right, guys. You know, if it wasn't, correct me later. Make fun of me later, okay? But that's number one. They don't feel like paying the $10 over and over again to hear the same information. Number two, they don't have any guests. So they psych themselves out. They actually have that little devil on their shoulder that say, you know what? Why am I going to the meeting? I don't have any guests. Well, guys, let me tell you, part of the reason why you want to go to the meeting is so the dream can be resold to you. Now, right now, your logical mind is saying, you know what, I don't want to be sold a dream. I don't want to be sold a dream. But guys, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You want to have that vision. You want to be motivated. There's something that you're going to hear when you go to every opportunity meeting. When you don't have a guest, you desperately need the opportunity meeting. When you do have guests, the opportunity needs you, because people need to see all the guests that you have brought, and that means that their guests will be very motivated to get started as well. Focus on people who want the opportunity and not people who need the opportunity. Let me tell you exactly what that means. Many of you are in a saving mode. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Mr. Gray. I got the perfect person. This guy hasn't worked in like 3 or 4 years. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and bless him and sponsor him. He doesn't really have much going on in his life right now, but he needs a break. Well, guys, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I believe that, you know what? You need to extend blessings to others. You need to help others. But chances are, if they're on their last leg, they don't have the mental capacity right now. Hear me out. That doesn't mean they're not smart. That just means that they don't have the mental capacity. They've got other things going on in life right now, like keeping the lights on, like, you know, keeping their home, like keeping their car, putting gas. Look, they don't have time to even think about abundance at this point in time. They're thinking about the basics. The people that you want to get involved in this opportunity are the people that want it. They got great things going on in their life, and they say, you know what, I could use that additional stream of income. I could use an extra $500 or extra $1,000, extra $2,000 to take my lifestyle to the next level. That's who you want to focus on. Guys, I'm loving this next slide right here. I took a little bit of time building it. I don't know if you guys on the phone, you're dialed into the webinar, but I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. I do see that we've got quite a number of viewers on the live broadcast right now. But when I got involved with Vacation Travel, my sponsor and coach, Mr. Iverson, actually told me, he said, Kevin, what you want to do is go out and sponsor 15 to 20 people, your very first month in business. What that will do is give you the momentum to really take advantage of positioning and timing here with Vacation Travel. But when he told me that, you know what I did? I went out and sponsored at least 15 to 20 people. I want it to be teachable and coachable. So those of you who can see the illustration, these stars, they represent people, okay? I chose stars because I didn't have any headshots of people. That was a little bit too cumbersome for me, and I just figured that everybody's a superstar. So for those of you guys who cannot see the visual, what I did is I actually have a row of stars, about 15 stars going across in a row, okay? Going across, like horizontal, right? Okay? Now, that is called going wide. One of the principles that I found in the magic of compound recruiting is width, okay? Width equals profitability. Okay, let me go ahead and relate to vacation travel or relate to your business right now. Going wide, that's that immediate fast start money, or that's that immediate direct sales money. When you go deep, that is security. That is security within your organization. As I trained on just last night, you know, when I went international executive, Greg Hinton went international executive. When he went international executive, Philip Rollins went international executive. You know, when I went diamond, Greg Hinton went diamond. When he went diamond, Philip Rollins went diamond. You know, so what that means is that is a sustainable, secure leg of business. It's got leadership in it, okay? If you're wondering which one should I do, should I go wide or should I go deep? Well, your primary method of operation is going wide. There's so many of you guys who give me calls who say, you know what, Kevin, sister so-and-so isn't doing what she needs to do. Brother so-and-so isn't doing what he needs to do. And I look up and I see that you've either got sister so-and-so or brother so-and-so, and you only got 1 or 2 recruits. What you need to focus on right now, what your primary goal is going wide, secondary going deep. Because you know what? That person may not be the person who is going to make the difference in your organization. If you look at this illustration, I've got 15 stars, 15 people going wide, but out of the 15, there's only 4 legs of business that are actually doing something. Guys, that's how it happens a lot of times. That doesn't mean that, you know, the other people, the other 9, 10 people aren't going to do anything. 9, 10, 11 people aren't going to do anything. But what that means is that, you know what, you need to keep sponsoring, and the people that show you something, those are the people that you pour your time into and you go deep into their organizations. Okay, we're going to discuss this in more detail, not tonight, but definitely definitely in the coming weeks. But let me tell you this, go wide by day and deep by night. That is a secret that I have used to build my organization for the past few years, guys, and it's absolutely worked wonders. Go wide by day. That means I'm going finding personal recruits during the daytime. I'm sending out emails. I'm sending out Facebook messages during the day. But at night, I'm in somebody's home. I'm online. I'm on the phone. I'm doing something. I'm working in depth into the organization. Let's talk more about a builder's mindset. Let's talk about these building keys. Do not resort to panic management. Guys, I want you to think about this. What is panic management? That is managing your team when you don't need to because a lack of money, you don't see those commissions coming in as fast as possible, a lack of activity. Not only do you not see commissions coming in, but there's no money coming in. A lack of definite, sound business philosophy. Guys, you barely have anything going on, right? You barely have any activity going on. So what you're doing at this point in time, you're panicking and you're alerting your team, you're alerting the field that something is wrong. That is not what you want to do, and that will stop your organization faster than anything else. What you want to do immediately is build your organization 3 times. You want to build it once in your mind. You want to visualize that, you know what, I'm going national executive on this date. I'm going executive diamond on this date. Okay? This is how I'm going to do it. You want to build it on paper. Okay? Not only do you not just want to say it and just see yourself walking across the stage getting your diamond trophy, but you want to build it on paper. You want to think about who's going to help you. You want to think about, you know, that front line of people. Then, guys, it's time to go physically build it. Okay? Try to run through this because I know that I wanted to keep this to less than 40 minutes tonight. And actually, we'll get it done a lot faster than that. And guys, just you know, saying more about a builder's mindset. let's talk about a master builder and an empire builder. They're both great things, but with a master builder, I'm using an example of a building contractor. With the empire builder, that's who we all want to be. We want to be one of the giants in the industry, right? Well, a master builder envisions completed projects before he or she starts to build. They have the blueprint drawn up in great detail. I'm talking about a building contractor. I want you to imagine somebody with a hard hat, a blue shirt, some jeans, some steel-toed boots. They determine how much raw material is needed to complete the project, materials, supplies, workers. They determine how much it will cost to do the job. They set a deadline for completion. They develop a business plan. They hire the correct people. They hire painters, brick masons, plumbers, electricians, roofers, laborers, carpenters, subcontractors, whoever they need. And they negotiate constant and sufficient cash flow to finish the job and stay in business. That's normally done with the bank. That's the exercise a building contractor is going to go through to make sure that their project ends up well. So let's talk about an empire builder, and that's what we all want to do. Super hierarchy builder. Number one, they have a clear mental picture of being the leader of thousands. Guys, when was the last time you thought about your organization? I don't care if your organization is 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, or more right now. When was the last time you thought, you know what, I cannot wait till my organization gets to thousands. This is how I'm going to dress. This is where I'm going to do my trainings. This is where I'm going to do my retreats. When was the last time you thought about that? They prepare a plan to reach goals as shown on page 36 of Think and Grow Rich. Hint, hint, clue, clue. That could be the next book. It's definitely going to be in the mix. I can tell you that. Number 3, determines how many prospects, interviews, recruits, sales managers, RVPs, etc. that it will take. So they're lining up their executive board right now. Determines how much energy and time it will take and what things will be eliminated or sacrificed. Guys, we're getting into the calendar training. Remember, we draw out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We block out the days that are non-negotiables. If you got church on Wednesday night, obviously you can't do anything. If date night is Friday, obviously you can't do anything those days. But what about the rest of the week? Those are the days that we're actually going to war, right? Number 5, sets up daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and multi-yearly deadlines. Now, guys, I'm on the other end of this phone. I'm on the other end of this computer, this live broadcast. But if I ask you to pick up your calendar right now and show me a deadline of when you're going to get national done, when you're going to get international executive done, or diamond done, do you have that? Do you have a date on that? Do you have a firm deadline? Develops a business plan to recruit, train, and develop new people. Now, obviously, vacation travel, obviously your business, has a method of operations. Ours is the 4 steps. That's our business plan. But within the 4 steps, we ask that you do certain things like be a product of the product, study your back office, write that list of 100 people down. Are you doing the travel parties? Are you doing the activity? Have you defined your why? Guys, that's all part of your business plan. What I'm going to go ahead and do right now is, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut this down for the night, but I'm just giving you a sneak peek. Next week we're going to talk about, the McDonald's of the financial world. That's A.L. Williams. We're going to get into a lot more detail with that company and just figure out exactly how they did business, how they became successful, and we're going to use those principles and we're going to become successful ourselves. Guys, this platform that we're going to have over the next 6 to 7 weeks is not just going to include me. We're going to have other leaders that are on the live broadcast. Depending on how much time we have, we may have a little bit of dialogue going back and forth with a few key points. This is just the first night doing it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're Facebook friends with me, let me know, whether you enjoyed this or not. You know, I'm just excited to serve the market, excited to serve my team. And anything you guys need from me, obviously you know how to get in contact with me. Once again, this is Kevin Gray, Regional Diamond here with Vacation Travel. Excited to do this overview for the magic of compound recruiting for you guys tonight. I will see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. God bless. Good night. This is the end.